Hey folks, Nathan here from Star Wars Beyond the Films and the Star Wars Timeline Gold, bringing you another look at some Fantasy Flight Games materials. This is the Edge of the Empire role-playing game. In this case, we're looking at the Game Master's kit, which is actually both of these items here. They come packaged looking like it's a thicker book, but it's not. It's basically a Game Master screen and an adventure, which is nice. Now let's take a look at the adventure book first here. This is what you would expect as an adventure book, right? You go straight into it. It's straight into the adventure itself. Gives you the stuff in those colored boxes for what you should say, and you take the characters through a nice Star Wars adventure that runs for about 30 pages or so. It's actually kind of a pretty cool little scenario here. By comparison, it is longer of an adventure than the beginner game adventure book once you take out all the learning curve type stuff that's in it, and it's again, it feels like it's a little bit shorter than Shadows of a Black Sun. That's the free one from RPG Day 2013. But bear in mind that this book has to give you basic rules. This one does not. This is the first of the materials being produced that says that you need the core rulebook in order to actually play. So it's basically on par with Shadows of a Black Sun, which we were probably a little bit spoiled by since that was free when it was released here. Now, the Game Master's kit also includes your Game Master screen. It's actually kind of neat looking. You got your logo here, but then you've got some nice artwork here, and it does fold out one more time, and the other side has this. So it actually folds when you're actually playing with it. Let's see if I can get this whole thing in here. Folds out to be something like this, and of course it'll be a little bit bent because you'll be sitting it up to block what the Game Master is doing. It's also a nice, as you would expect, sort of cheat sheet screen here. Lots of great stuff. Basics on the dice symbols, how to spend advantage in combat and triumphs in combat, regular difficulty levels, attack difficulties, range difficulty modifiers, to spend threat and despair in combat, information on ranged and melee weapons, weapon qualities. The critical injury chart is back on here. We've got actions and maneuvers to be used in encounters, information on armor, vehicle critical hit information, silhouette comparison, damage control difficulty, and medical check difficulty. Really, really useful stuff. It's akin to, if you have the original adventure book, it is akin to the stuff that you have on the back of its rulebook, which is what that is here. The back of its rulebook and the back of its adventure book, except it's in a lot more detail and contains a lot more information. The only big difference between this and something like the adventure book that is unfortunate but not something you'd expect in a regular adventure is that the beginner game did include that text to explain the rules as it went along, basically as a way to teach you how to play as you went through it. This one assumes you already know how to play. I would not necessarily make this the first adventure you try out with someone. Maybe use the one from the core rulebook instead. But for getting a very useful Game Master screen with lots of good info on it, plus a full-length adventure about the same length as Shadows of a Black Sun, this is actually a pretty good deal. You can get this for $20 or $19.95. If you go on somewhere like Miniature Market, which is where I usually order mine because they give a discount, it's about $13, give or take. So this is one that I would definitely recommend if you're going to be playing Edge of the Empire. I think the Game Master will find it useful, and it's always cool to have another neat little adventure already pre-managed for you.